Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to my live streams. As always, if you're here every week, and there's usually like a few regulars here, thank you. I appreciate you coming to my live streams. If you've never been to a live stream before and this is your first one, welcome. And these live streams are a lot more casual than my regular videos. We talk about a lot of entertainment news and we just discuss and interact and it's fun. How are you guys though? Hi Yellow Umbrella, hi Natanya Mullings, hi Jiro Nagalistati, hi Onks, hi Amy, hi Heroic, hi Phoenix Hunter, hi Amber, hi Luciana, hi Sheham, hi Dansley Welshare, hi Sunset Draws, hi Ahmed, hi CD Woods, hi Koharu, hi Sylvie, hi Brianna, hi Yusuf, hi Wolf French, hi Weekly Worship. There's a lot of you here. Thank you. We have a very fun stream today. I'm actually very excited to get into it because there's a lot going on, guys. I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with everything that's been happening with these strikes, but there is a lot, and I mean a lot going on. I only really scratched the surface with my recent strikes video. There is so much more that I could have added to it, but that video would have taken forever to make if I had. So this is what today's stream is about. It's about going into more detail about the strikes, things that I left out, things that I want to share with you guys. So buckle up because we have a lot to go over. Before we get into the strikes, I do want to give a shout out to Natanya Mullings, who's a member of the channel. Thank you for being a member, Natanya. And I would like to answer her member question of the day. Over on the community page. Oh, it's not a question, but I did ask what are you most disappointed about being delayed? And Natanya said that you are most disappointed in Stranger Things 5 and Wednesday Season 2 being delayed, which, honestly, I understand. I'm very, very disappointed about Stranger Things 5 being delayed. I love Stranger Things. I've been a fan since Season 1, so the fact that that show's not coming out for, another several years is insane. I'm definitely there with you, Natanya. Thank you for being a member. Oh, you're in the chat as well, so thank you for being here, Natanya. Alright, so because we have a lot to go into today, I don't want to delay things too much. Now, I do want to go over something really quick that's not directly strike-related, but it is about how the entertainment industry is imploding. And it's the fact that there is a rumor, a very strong, substantiated rumor, that freaking Bob Iger could sell Disney to Apple. So Apple would own Disney. That's the first major news of the year. Josh Loves Movies says that you're most disappointed about The Last of Us Season 2. Yeah, that's another big show that's delayed. She/Him says I need to make more shorts. I don't know if I have time for shorts, though. Maybe. Anyone have any questions about the Disney buying Apple, though? Because this is crazy to me. I don't even know how the US government could allow this. I feel like that would just be, too huge of a company. Apple's already basically a monopoly. And then you have Disney, which is also a mega huge entertainment company, and putting the two together, I don't know. That should be illegal in my eyes, but the government just doesn't care about anything, it seems, so I don't know. Would you guys want Apple to own Disney? Because I think that should be crazy. I'm not lying, Michael. I'm sorry. A lot of you apparently hadn't heard this. Yeah. Koharu, it's not fake. I'm sorry. Oh, we have a super chat. Just a support. Thank you so much, son. Thank you for the super chat. Sheham says you should start your own vlog channel. I don't have time for that. Michael Afton says, please say you're joking. No, I'm not joking. Josh Loves Movies says they allowed Disney to buy 20th Century Fox, and that's why I think they can't allow this. Disney just bought a major studio, which was Fox. And then for Apple to then buy Disney, Apple wouldn't just be buying Disney, they would technically be buying Disney and Fox. That's too huge. That's way too big of a company. But I think the fact that Bob Iger is even considering selling Disney at all just shows you just how much, how in much dire straits Disney is as a company. Nothing's going right for them right now. And they must be very, very desperate to even consider selling the company. So this is huge. Oh, we have another super chat. Thank you from John Burns. Thank you for being for always being on these live streams. Hi, Britt. So the head of the WGA was the nanny. She's actually the head of SAG. She could just keep laughing at the other side until they sign out of depression of her laugh. Oh, you think her laugh could keep people out of depression? Maybe, I don't know. But we will talk about Fran later. We're actually going to react to her speech, her SAG speech later, so we're getting to Fran. But thank you for the super chat. Yellow Umbrella says, "How is Apple owning Disney? Like, how? Sorry. How is Apple owning Disney? Like, I'd expect Disney owning Apple. Well, no, Apple is much, much bigger than Disney. Like, Apple is like a multi-trillion-dollar company. Well, Disney is still a huge company, but it's only a multi-billion-dollar company. So, trust me, Apple has like 10 times more money than Disney does. Oh, Stevens actually says, oh, you think you want the strikes to be over soon? I don't think the strikes are going to be over soon, guys. I think it's going to last a while. All right. So I just wanted to point this out. This isn't really strike related. It's just major news. It's just a rumor for now, but I just wanted to put this on your radar so you guys are aware of this is happening. Oh, we have another super chat from BazBanter93. Thank you so much for the super chat. And you didn't have a question, just wanted to support. Thank you. All right, moving on to the actual first part of the strike topic. So I already talked about this, but do you guys remember when someone, we don't know exactly who yet, but one of the CEOs of the studio said that their plan is to basically wait out the writers until they start losing their homes and going homeless before they start even talking about resolving the strike, which was pretty awful. I called them Satan in my video because I was like, how are you just like proudly talking about this? Like, you're saying the evil part out loud. Like, you realize that, right? This isn't exactly going to endear you to people. But apparently this statement pissed off a lot of people in the industry. And we had an actor, Ron Perlman, who had some pretty chilling words for the person that said that. I'm just going to play it. I'm going to let him speak for himself because I think this will show you just how ugly this strike can really get if this is how honest people are being already.
One thing before I get off this. The motherfucker who said we're going to keep this thing going until people start losing their houses and their apartments. Listen to me, motherfucker.
He's not playing around.
There's a lot of ways to lose your house. Some of it is financial. Some of it is karma.
He's threatening them.
And some of it is just figuring out who the fuck said that. And we know who said that. And where he fucking lives. There's a lot of ways to lose your house. You wish that on people. You wish that families starve while you're making $27 fucking million a year for creating nothing. Be careful, motherfucker. Be really careful. Because that's the kind of shit that stirs shit up. Peace out.
Let me, translate that because there was a lot of subtext to that. Basically, he said, fuck around and find out. That's essentially the crux of that statement. I mean, he is like, I won't say directly inciting violence, but he's basically saying if you keep it up, don't be surprised if people come storming your own home and then you'll be homeless. That's essentially what he's saying. So, yeah, it's getting tense, guys. And I have a lot more videos coming. We're going to react to a lot of stuff today of just a lot of people talking about this. And like how people are talking about this strike is just so intense and passionate. That's how I know this is not going to go away anytime soon. I think this, in fact, Fran Drescher, who is the president of the Actors Guild, she said that they think that this strike could go on until Christmas or later. So pretty much until the rest of the year, which is severely going to hurt the industry. Ethereal Dragon says Ron was crazy before this. I know. They don't want to mess with crazy, though. They don't want to mess. Yeah, he's very, very mad. Very mad. I don't think this will affect Barbie Sheehan because they've already had their whole press tour and everything. But after Barbenheimer, I do think the strike will affect, like, all the remaining movies for the rest of the year. And I have another article talking about that, actually. Heroic, you think this is over by October? That is very optimistic. I highly doubt it. And I think by the end of this stream, you might agree. Koharu says, I think it will last longer. Interesting. How long do you think it will last? My guess, I think the SAG strike could go on for 6 to 8 months. I'm not even kidding. I think it could be that long. I think come January, we will still be talking about these strikes. That's how bad this is. Stephen Liston says, let's hope not. We'll see. Wonka, I don't know if Wonka will be delayed. They haven't announced that yet. Alright, so that's the first thing I wanted to show you. And then going on talking about how bad these strikes could actually be for the industry, there's a former CEO of Fox and Paramount. He had some pretty interesting things to say. Oh no, this is not that. This is a different thing. Yes. Okay, so this is from an analyst, a media analyst who is commonly quoted in a lot of trade articles. They analyze the entertainment industry and how it all works. And he had some pretty interesting things to say about these strikes and how it could affect the industry. He said, if there is no resolution to the strikes, the awards movies, the big Thanksgiving films, and the year-end titles are going to be impacted, and the marketing is going to suffer. None of this is good for movies. It's never a good thing to have stars unable to promote their films. It's difficult to quantify the exact impact that brings to the box office, but there's no question it raises awareness. He's basically saying that if no one can promote these movies, like no actors can promote these movies for the rest of the year, if no one can even talk about it, and influencers, by the way, influencers also can't really promote these movies, so pretty much just like a general blackout other than trailers, it's going to severely negatively affect the industry. We could be talking about like nothing but box office bombs and underperformances for the rest of the year after an already bleak summer. So that's pretty bad. Yellow Umbrella says marketing already suffering. I know! Y'all haven't heard of half the movies I talk about, so the marketing is already bad. That's very true. IARPOTI says AI is the biggest threat to all humanities. Oh yes, I agree. And we will talk about AI later in the stream. I have a lot to go over, but yes, AI is huge. Joy Martin says, hoping this doesn't last until March 2024. Here's the thing. There's actually a very real possibility that we could have 3 strikes going on next year. Because the IATSE strike, the IATSE negotiations are next year. And if you don't know what IATSE is the union that represents crew workers on film, so like people behind the camera, like costumers, hair and makeup, sound guys, that sort of thing. They represent like basically all the crew people, and their negotiations for their contract are next year. There is a very real possibility that both the writer's strike and the SAG strike could be going on still when the 3rd strike starts, because if those 2 unions are still on strike, there's no way IATSE is not going to strike as well. So we could have a triple strike next year. That is a very real possibility. And that will definitely kill the industry. Sarah Anna says it's probably going to last years. Oh no. Hope not years. I mean, to be honest, I can see a dramatic outcome like that. I have no idea how this is going to turn out. I just know that it's going to be really bad. Really, really bad. 0.0 says the companies will probably start making AI-generated animated movies soon. Oh yeah, they are. That's exactly what they want to do. In fact, I have a video. I wasn't going to share it, but you guys should follow me on Twitter. I post about all this stuff on here. Here's a video of them talking about some of the plans that the studios want to do with AI in the future. And it's pretty chilling. So let's listen to this.
Sequel, and we don't want a movie or a series to end. It doesn't have to. You could use AI to continue to generate more episodes, another sequel, and have this kind of ongoing storyline. For example, maybe you actually subscribe to Lord of the Rings as a franchise, or Succession as a series, and you continue to generate more. And then there is a world where eventually, maybe we get home from work, and we say, I'm in the mood for a rom-com, I've gotten my heart broken, or whatever it is, and AI generates something for you.
Could you even, like, choose the actors? Like, do you know what I mean? You could be like, I want one with Meryl Streep and Hugh Grant, and it would do...
Yeah, so a world where we even one day maybe subscribe to actors, and their AI appears, absolutely.
Yep. So some real-life Black Mirror-ish happening, like, for real-ish. Like, they're talking about a potential future where say you want season 2 of a show that just got canceled. All you have to do is ask AI to generate the sequel for you, and you don't even need Hollywood to make it for you. That's the kind of future that they're predicting here. And I want to get to the super chats before they go away. We have a super chat from Rocky Desert Flower. Thank you for the super chat. Your voice is beautiful. Oh, thank you. I could use it for relaxation therapy. Well, I'm glad my voice is very soothing to you. I appreciate it. All right. John Burns, sorry. I know I was muted. All right. Answering you now, John. I noticed right away, though, so it wasn't too long. Answering your question, though. Strikes bring out the bad in people. Check on Chelios and Bettman during an NHL strike. Perlman wasn't much different. Hope for cooler heads, Brittany. Yes, I know. I know I should hope for cooler heads, and I get what you're saying. I want the health of the industry. I know it's much better for Hollywood if these strikes end soon. I'm not advocating for violence, or definitely not that, or anything like that. But at the same time, given just how far apart like the creators and the studios are on a lot of these issues, I just don't see how this ends anytime soon. And I think I think it could get very, very ugly because it's kind of turning into a class thing, like the poor versus the rich. It's not even just creators versus the studios. Like this is becoming like class warfare in a way. Like this is everyone keeps mentioning like the salaries of the studios and or the CEOs and like how much people are making. It's becoming a class thing. So that's why I'm thinking this could last a while. We have another super chat from Matthew Valente. Thank you. If this happens, robots could take over the world as the Earth's new dominant species. As crazy as that sounds, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. It totally could. And that's why a lot of these, if you guys have been paying attention to the AI space at all, a lot of these AI scientists are like, this is our Oppenheimer moment. We've kind of messed up. We're bad. Like, literally all these AI scientists are just like, yeah, we made a mistake. So, you're not totally wrong, Matthew. I think this could get very, very scary. But would you guys even want this? Would you guys say one day in the future, say even potentially 5 years from now, because that's how quickly this stuff is developing. Would you guys want to watch, say, like The Last of Us Season 2, for example? Because The Last of Us Season 2 was delayed, with AI, you could just say, AI, make me The Last of Us Season 2, and it'll generate the whole season for you. Would you want to watch that? Because that is a possibility. Josh Loves Movies says the creator movie could be our new future. Oh yes, I think creators are gonna shape the entertainment future of the industry for sure. I think Hollywood's gonna get decentralized. That's where I think all this is going. Oh, so most of you guys are saying no. That sounds boring. Okay, Super Crit does not like that. Cloudy. Oh hi Cloudy. Amy says nope, never. Oh, she him says, yeah, kinda, so some people are into it. Bestie says, my parents' workplace is now using AI, oh no. Yeah, a lot of companies are rolling out AI right now, it's pretty bad. Amy Aguilera says, no, because I could never simp over real actors who played the characters. But what if, like, the AI looks exactly like the digital likeness of Pedro Pascal, for example? Like, he acts like him, sounds like him, you can't tell a difference. Would that matter to you? BRR says, now that's a good thing. We need more indie entertainment. Oh, you're talking about the decentralized thing? Yeah. Definitely agree. Chris Schroeder says, AI is... Oh, it's in the uncanny valley. Right now, you're right. AI is in the uncanny valley right now. But it won't be for very long. Okay, I know we've gotten into a bit of an AI tangent. I wasn't going to go over this until later, but you guys are asking a lot of questions. So I want to bring up something. Again, follow me on Twitter because I do bring up a lot of this. on here. But I wanted to point out a few things about AI. Where did I put it? Okay, this right here. AI turned this clip of Harry Potter into an anime.
Besides,
Look
you're
at this.
saying it wrong. It's Leviosa.
This is what's possible right now.
not
It's obviously
Leviosa.
going to get better in the
You do
future.
it then if you're so clever.
If you can just turn any movie into any format you want, this will radically change the industry. Like, this is where it's at right now. I mean, this could put animators out of job. This could put so many people out of a job. It's kind of scary. Anna Bear says, I think video games will take over, and AI can turn it into a series so they won't even need actors. Oh yeah, video game companies are already planning on using AI to make the NPCs talk so you can have like natural conversations with them that aren't pre-canned. They're gonna have AI background people. It's gonna be AI everything. It looks terrible. You're right, it doesn't look perfect now, guys. But again, the rate of progress on this technology is insane. It doesn't look perfect now, but a year from now it might. That's kind of the concern. It looks like a weird filter. Okay. CD1 says it looks really bad. Most of you think it looks bad, and I don't think it looks perfect. Like, you couldn't put this like in the movies, like in the movie theater right now. But again, like I'm saying, it's going to get better. And there's another thing that I wanted to show you with AI, where they can expand the ratio a lot. Where is it? Oh, right here. This is what they did with Indiana Jones. They expanded the scene on the top and bottom so that now you can like change the aspect ratio of any show or movie frame without even having to like reshoot something. You just have AI fill in the rest. And this is what it's showing. Like right here in the middle is what the actual movie did, and then everything else like on the top and bottom is filled in with AI. So this is the kind of stuff that we're going to be seeing more of. Nicholas18769 says, not to mention this is pre-existing stuff. Can it create from scratch? That's a good point. A lot of this AI stuff can't create anything from scratch. It's just taking what's already been done and then putting it through a generator. But it is pretty crazy. Koharu is pretty impressed, or scared, maybe. Yellow Umbrella says, LOL, I'd rather have this than the series coming out. True. James Watson says, people that want AI doesn't know how bad it will change everyday living for the worse. Oh, it's going to change everything. Not even just Hollywood. AI is going to change every industry. It's pretty crazy. Kay says, I hope that AI won't replace us because it doesn't have the heart and passion that really makes artworks pop. That's something that can't be replicated. Yeah, I think there's a lot of very valid criticisms for AI. Here's my thing, though. You guys are like, well, I assume you guys are at least sort of like me, where you just really love movies, you really love the art of it, you like watching the actors and so on and so forth. But I'm wondering about, like, the regular average person. Like, to the average person who is just looking for any casual entertainment, if they see actors that look and sound like the actors they know, I think that's going to be good enough for the majority of them, as long as it's not janky or in the uncanny valley zone. If they can get it to look like just regular live action, I feel like just regular, common, normie people are just not going to care. That's how I feel. I could be wrong, but no. Wally is definitely on the wear on a bear. I feel like Wally just, like, is a prophecy at this point. It's predicting everything. Oh, we have another super chat from John Burns. Thank you so much. Pitch meeting, old pointed out, almost real dialogue, which is what AI will sound like. Yes. Remember The Rock and Brendan Fraser with horrible early CGI? Yeah, it's gonna sound very unnatural and look very uncanny for a while. I don't think it's gonna get, like, super, super good for at least a few more years. But the point is, I think eventually it will, because the technology is already progressing so quickly. So don't judge AI by how good it is now. Judge it by how it's going to be in like 5 years, because that's what the future, like that's what the studios are planning on, basically. But thank you for the super chat. And we have another one from Matthew Valente. Thank you so much. I hope AI will not replace humanity as the new dominant species. I hope not either. I hope not either, but I feel like very soon, even within the next 10 years, we could be sharing this earth with another entity, and that's crazy. But yeah. Phoenix Hunter YT says, Brittany, do you think this is like 1984? Yes, but I think real life is becoming 1984 for other reasons, not even AI related, but yes. Anyway, going back to the strike. AI is important and it's part of the strike, but I just wanted to show you a few of those videos to show you an example of how AI could be used. But yes, the strike means that basically no one can promote anything, as I've said previously. And that means that this year's Comic-Con is practically dead, because none of the studios can send any of their actors or writers or anything, so basically the Comic-Con this year is empty, no one's going. I don't think there's really anyone even going to Hall H. It's pretty bad. And it's gotten to the point where for the Haunted Mansion premiere, Disney had character performers in their parks walk the red carpet for Haunted Mansion. Like, they had Maleficent, they had Mickey and Minnie, they had a lot of the classic villains come. Like, they had Cruella de Vil there. Like, it's just, a lot of people were talking about it on Twitter because some people really thought it was cringy. But because the actors can't go, they decided to make their character performers do it. It's a mess. It's a big mess. This is how desperate it is right now. Eraser Rain says, soon we will have to merge with AI. Oh god, you're sounding like Elon Musk. That's exactly what he wants to do. Oh, we have another super chat. Thank you so much from Matthew Valente again. I don't think we will be sharing it. I think it will wipe us out and replace us. Don't scare me, Matthew. What? No. I'm choosing not to believe that. I don't care if I'm sticking my head in the sand, okay? I think we can live with it, maybe. Oh god, I'm scared, y'all. Yeah, they are very, very desperate. And while the cast of Oppenheimer were actually at the premiere, they had to walk off mid-premiere because the strike was called in the middle of the premiere. So that's how serious a lot of these actors are taking it. Like, no actors are risking scabbing. And scabbing is the term for going against your union. No one wants to do that. And so it's getting so serious that we even have, like, big-name talent walking off of premieres just because they don't want to, like, go against SAG. So it's a lot's going on right now. And Christopher Nolan even did like a whole, we won't listen to it because he can barely hear him, but he did a whole speech at the Oppenheimer premiere talking about how it's important, and he supports the strikes and he supports the actors being able to strike. So we have a lot of big name talent like being openly like supportive of the strikes, which I think is really nice. Yeah, they did make an explosive exit. That's a good one, Josh. Eraser Rain says, AI is going to get too intelligent for us to keep up with. You know what? You're probably right about that. You're probably right about that. That's, in fact, what a lot of these AI scientists are predicting. They're predicting we'll get to super intelligence within 10 years. What that means for humanity, I don't know. We could be living through Terminator very soon. Who knows? I don't know. I'm just choosing not to believe it because I want to survive. Thank you. We have another super chat from Matthew Valente. Thank you. You seen the movie Megan? It predicted the future. Yes, I did see the movie Megan. I really liked Megan. I thought it was good. If we could have the nice version of Megan, I would be all for AI. Like, AI can be helpful. I just think that we're not in a point as a society to handle AI. I think it would be very, very dangerous and difficult. 0.0 says we need to get rid of billionaires. That's the only way. Maybe we should send all the billionaires down to the Titanic. That's my vote. Yes. Christopher Nolan has actually been very, very vocal about the strike. He said, quote, "This is about jobbing actors. This is about staff writers on television programs trying to raise a family, trying to keep food on the table." So he's been very, very supportive. I love seeing all these major actors and stars being supportive, because the more big names are vocal about the strike, the less power the studios have, because they don't like the bad optics of all of this. So I'm glad that Nolan has been speaking out about it. Shehem says, will you watch Haunted Mansion? Maybe. I might do it just to review it. Honestly, I'm not excited for it, but I feel like I have to review it for the channel, so maybe. Most of you guys are just saying ban AI now, especially Koharu. Amy says, I feel AI isn't evil. People are because they're accepting the worst for themselves. Alright, so Amy is a little bit more optimistic than maybe some of the rest of us are. You think that it's AI isn't evil, it's people are evil. I can see that. But what if the AI gets goals of their own? That's what I'm worried about. The new Mission Impossible movie, the villain of that film was actually a rogue AI that had its own agenda, so watching that movie made me even more terrified of the future. Yes. Oh, and Bob Iger. If you guys don't know who Bob Iger is, some of you may know, but he's the CEO of Disney. For a long time, he was hailed as, like, one of the best CEOs of all time, and then he retired, and then he came back and decided to ruin his legacy for some reason. So he's been really putting his foot in his mouth a lot lately about this strike. He's been saying a lot of stuff that's been getting people upset. He recently said that he thinks that the writers and actors are not being realistic, and that he thinks the strikes are very disturbing. Clearly he's not for these strikes. He says there's a level of expectation that Hollywood strikers have that is just not realistic. They're adding to the set of challenges that this business is already facing that is, quite frankly, very disruptive. Now, he's not wrong about that last part. This strike is going to be very disruptive, especially since the industry is already on shaky ground to begin with. But saying that the writers and actors are being too unrealistic for asking for a living wage is not the way to go. Especially since a lot of people point out in the comments, dude makes like $45 million a year. Like, he makes a lot of money. So I don't think it's unreasonable to ask, like, to pay writers and actors a living wage when you're making that much. You guys are still on the AI discourse. Yeah, I know. AI stuff is pretty crazy. But we had Sean Gunn, who, if you don't know who Sean Gunn is, he is James Gunn's brother. And he's in the Guardians movies. He plays Kraglin, I think his name is. And he also does the motion capture for Rocket. So he's been in a lot of Disney movies, but he flamed, like, absolutely flamed Bob Iger. Like, just listen to this. Again, he speaks about this well. Just listen to him.
Talks about what a shame it is. He needs to remember that in 1980, CEOs like him made 30 times what their lowest worker was making. Now Bob Iger makes 400 times what his lowest worker is, and I think that's a shame, Bob. And maybe you should take a look in the mirror and ask yourself, why is that? And not only why is that, is it okay? Is it morally okay? Is it ethically okay that you make that much more than your lowest worker? And if so, why? Why is that okay? If your response is that that's just the way business is done now, that's just the way corporations work now, well, that sucks, and that makes you a person if that's your answer. So you should come up with a better answer than that.
He just called Bob Iger a shit person. I guess he's never working at Disney again. I guess he's like, well, my brother is now at Warner Brothers, I'll just work there. He dragged Bob Iger, man. Oh my god. Dude is literally never gonna be a Disney movie ever again. But I mean, he said what had to be said. So, yeah, again, I just wanted to show you that, like, when people talk about this strike, it's like with genuine passion. It's not anyone just taking this strike lightly. Like, people really feel like they're fighting for their lives here. Because they are. Their livelihoods are being threatened by AI and greed. And so I feel like both sides feel like they have a lot to lose, which is why, again, I don't think the strike is ending anytime soon. I know. He's pretty based, I know. He is not wrong, Heroic. He is not. I need more people to be that honest. I need more people to call Bob Iger a shithead. Yes, I remember Flosh. He spoke facts, Josh. You're very, very right. Alright. I like that you guys are all agreeing here. You all agree, because, yeah. If any of you guys are on the sides of the studios, I want to know. Seriously, genuinely. This is a safe space. If you guys think that the writers and actors are being unrealistic, I want to know in the chat why you think that. Just so we can have a different perspective here. Yeah, so I thought that was pretty interesting. And the thing is, somebody just did like the economics of how much all the writers and actors are asking for. And the contracts apparently add up to an extra 450 to 600 million a year going to all these various unions, which sounds like a lot of money until you see how much the CEOs make. These are how much all the major Hollywood execs make in the past 5 years. David Zaslav, who's only been there, not even for 5 years, has made almost $500 million. $500 million just for one dude. Ari Emanuel, $346 million. Reed Hastings, $209 million. Bob Iger, almost $200 million. Ted Sarandos, almost $200 million. Meanwhile, the average pay for a screenwriter has dropped 14% in the same 5 years. So yeah, when I say that this strike is turning into a class warfare type thing, that's what I mean. Because it's not even just like the people who are striking are talking about like what's actually in their contracts. Like it's becoming like a you make too much money, you don't pay me enough. Like it's becoming a class thing. 0.0 says, have you seen the new actress from Orange is the New Black? She talked about earning $27 in residuals. Yep. I feel like almost naively that she watched my video where I talked about Emma Miles and how she only made $20 from Orange is the New Black, and that's what made her want to like be open about her salary. I have no proof of that, but I feel like in my heart that's what happened. But yes, I did see that. We are in the end game now, Spade. I agree. Anis Alchemist says, this is the same for all jobs. Yep, big bosses are greedy. This is why I think that this strike could actually inspire other strikes. In fact, there are already a number of other strikes going on in the US. Like, I didn't know that the USPS is also on strike. Or is it UPS? I think it's the UPS is also on strike. So, this could end up turning into like a general strike in the US if this really does pick up enough steam. So yeah, like I said, I think this could be bad. Amy Aguilera says, but will people be watching these movies in AI instead of real people? Won't that creep majority of out? Maybe. I don't know. That's the thing. I really don't know if people will watch these AI movies. I think, to be honest, there will be a large majority of people who will. I know a lot of you guys are like, how would you like that? But I just think that there's a lot of people out there who just don't care. And if they can get, season 2 of House of the Dragon faster with AI, they'll do that. And that's the future we're heading to. Nicole Rivero says, with this economy, jobs need to be paying a living wage, especially if you have to live in LA, like so many people do to work in Hollywood. LA is very expensive to live in. So you need to pay a lot so people can afford to live there. Oh, we have 513 people watching in the live stream right now. Oh, wow. I didn't even notice that, Heroic. Thank you. Thank you, everyone who's watching. This is I'm pretty sure this is my highest viewed, concurrent stream ever. So, thank you. Yeah, no one likes AI. We'll see. We'll see. But now I want to get into Fran Drescher's speech. Now, if you don't know who Fran Drescher is, she is from The Nanny. It's an old sitcom from the 90s. I've seen The Nanny because they used to run reruns on Nick at Night when I was a kid. So that's how I saw the show. But she is the president of SAG, so she's the president of the Actors Guild. And she made a very, very good speech talking about why they're going on strike and what the studios want and why they're so far apart in a lot of issues. And we're actually going to react to the whole thing because it's a very good speech and she lays out the landscape of Hollywood very well. AI scares you, Sunny. I know a lot of you are saying AI scares you. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to scare y'all, but I'm just being real. All right, so let's watch this.
Thank you, Duncan, and thank you, everybody, for coming to this press conference today. It's really important that this negotiation be covered because the eyes of the world, and particularly the eyes of labor, are upon us.
I love that she said that. She said that the eyes of labor are upon us because she knows. Again, this is why I think that this Hollywood strike could inspire other strikes across the country. And I think that's what Fran is alluding to right here when she said that the eyes of labor are upon us. I think this could snowball into a much bigger thing. Oh, we have a super chat from Sammy Sam. Thank you for the super chat. I think some of the demands are reasonable, but others are ridiculous. Okay, the actors commenting on how much a CEO make is a little ironic. That's a great point, and thank you for giving us an alternative opinion. I do want to have like different opinions here, so thank you. I do disagree about the last point you made, though, about bringing up the CEO's salary. I do think that is important to bring up, just because the majority of actors do not make a lot of money. Only like the top 2% do, and like the top 1% are the ones that are making like the millions and millions that you know. Now, someone did bring up the fact that if CEOs take a pay cut, then the top paid actors should also take a pay cut. And I actually agree with that, because some of these actors are asking for like insane amounts of money. Like Jennifer Lawrence asked for $25 million for No Hard Feelings, and that's only going to make like 60, 70 million worldwide, so I don't really feel like she's worth that much. So I do agree that some of these actors need to take a paycheck. Take a paycheck or pay cut, but overall, the vast majority of people are just not making that kind of money. But thank you for the super chat. I do appreciate it. All right, going back to the stream.
What happens here is important because what's happening to us is happening across all fields of labor.
Yep.
By means of when employers make Wall Street and greed their priority, and they forget about the essential contributors that make the machine run.
Exactly. And she goes into AI a lot in this speech. I am going to speed it up a little because she takes a lot of pauses. But she does talk about AI in this speech and how the entertainment industry is kind of the first big industry to deal with this. But according to the people she's been talking to behind the scenes, the AI issue is something that every industry should be talking about, and that's what she's going to talk about in a second.
We have a problem, and we are experiencing that right at this moment. This is a very seminal hour for us. I went in earnest, thinking that we would be able to avert a strike.
Listen to this.
The gravity
this is important.
of this move is not lost on me or our negotiating committee or our board members who have voted unanimously to proceed with a strike. It's a very serious thing that impacts thousands, if not millions of people.
She said that, okay, just wanted to point out that she just said that they had voted to extend the negotiation practice. I wanted to point that out because, according to Fran, when she was going through negotiations with the studios, they asked for a 12-day extension just to like discuss it more and have more time before they would officially go on strike. And Fran is saying here that she thought they were being earnest about that they genuinely just wanted more time to work things out, and that's why she allowed the 12-day extension that already passed. But the truth is, we know now because of other sources, the real reason that the studios asked for that 12-day extension was so that they could have their premieres for Barbie, Oppenheimer, and Mission Impossible. They wanted to can a lot of the interviews for a lot of summer movies in those 12 days because they knew actors wouldn't be able to promote it, and that's why they wanted the 12-day extension. So basically, they lied to Fran. They never had any intention of ever coming to a deal. They lied to them so that they could have more time to promote their movies. That's what she's talking about here. That's how messed up the studios are. I just wanted to bring that up because it's important. Josh Loves Movies says the studios wasted that extension. They really did. That extension could have been used to, like, genuinely come to an agreement, but instead they decided to lie and be jerks. Really terrible. It's awful. There might not be a premiere for Dune 2 Heroic unless they move it. Yeah, it is horrible.
All across this country and around the world. Not only members of this union, but people who work in other industries that service the people that work in this industry.
It's going to affect everyone.
And so it came with great sadness that we came to this crossroads, but we had no choice. We are the victims here. Yep. We are being victimized by a very greedy entity. I am shocked by the way the people that we have been in business with.
What are you confused about, Prince? Is anyone confused? I hope I didn't, like, rush over something, because I want to make sure everyone's on the same page. Michael Scally says, AMPTP, which is code for the studios, only thought was line must go up. Exactly. All they're thinking about is money. All they're thinking about is money. She does sound hurt. She probably is hurt because apparently she was lied to in negotiations just so that the studios could have more time to promote their summer movies. I mean, that's pretty hurtful and deceitful. She has every right to be hurt. We have another super chat from John Burns. Thank you. Ricky Gervais on J-Law. How can a 25-year-old live on only $50 million? Healthcare workers are striking for her. Okay, that's another great point. Another dissenting argument. Thank you. Talking about how some actors get paid a lot of money. That is true. Again, I do think like the very, very top 1% of actors probably do also get overpaid. I agree with that. But again, that just doesn't represent the majority of people. And I do think that J-Law is one of those top 1% that is overpaid. That is my opinion anyway. But thank you for the super chat. Has everyone got everything? No one confused? Caden says, hi, Brittany. I started watching your channel a couple months back. Oh, thank you. I have to say, you, 3C Films, and John Campia, you have been my main source of movie news and opinions. Oh, thank you. That is, I actually watched both of those, so thank you. That's like a huge compliment. Thank you. All right, so I don't see any questions, so I'm going to carry on.
Are treating us. I cannot believe it, quite frankly. How far apart we are on so many things. How they plead poverty, that they're losing money left and right when giving hundreds of millions of dollars to their CEOs.
When she's talking about the fact that the studios were complaining that they're losing money left and right, she's talking about all these recent flops at the box office. Apparently the studios were using the poverty defense, that they were too poor to pay their writers and actors because their movies aren't making any money. That was apparently their excuse, which I think is pretty ironic and funny. Oh, Shiham, thank you. You're very nice. Purple Hood says the A-list actors are striking for themselves and for BCD list actors. Exactly. When people scoff at the wealth of the A-listers, it's not about them. Exactly. A lot of these high-paid A-listers are fighting on behalf of like the lesser-known actors, which I think is nice. I completely agree with her too, Natanya.
It is disgusting. Shame on them. They stand on the wrong side of history at this very moment. We stand in solidarity, in unprecedented unity. Our union and our sister unions and the unions around the world are standing by us.
And this has only happened, I believe, once in Hollywood's history. There has been a double strike before between the writers and the actors, but the last time that happened was in 1960, I believe. So it's been a minute. Like, this doesn't happen very often where there's, like, multiple strikes happening at once. This has literally, I think, only happened once before. So that's how big of a deal this was. And by the way, the reason that there was a double strike in the 60s was because of DVDs. That was the new technology, not DVDs, VHS tapes. That was the new technology at the time that people were fighting to get compensation over. And now we're fighting over new technology. So, you know, what's old is new, basically. Sammy Sam says, but with will they be willing to take a pay cut? I don't know. I don't think the CEOs are going to take a pay cut. I wish they would, but I doubt it. Okay, so it was 1960. I got that right. Thank you. All right, keep going.
As well as other labor unions. Because at some point, the jig is up. You cannot keep being dwindled and marginalized and disrespected and dishonored. The entire business model has been changed.
Yep, she's talking about streaming.
By streaming, digital, AI. This is a moment of history. That is a moment of truth. If we don't stand tall right now, we are all going to be in trouble. We are all going to be in jeopardy of being replaced by machines.
And she means that sincerely. She said that her and the entire SAG leading committee or whatever it is, they had an AI expert to go over all the AI concerns that they had with the studios, and the studios refused to even listen to the AI expert. They don't even want to studios want to use AI no matter however they want, basically. They don't want to have to make any compromises on the AI issue at all because they see AI as a potential cost-saving measure that could save them millions. And it's true. AI will save them a lot of money, but at the expense of a lot of people's jobs, which is kind of the issue. But yes, she's a very good speech. This is a very good speech. And we have another super chat from Luna Zen. Thank you so much. Do you think we'll ever return to the TV model, considering the streaming model isn't beneficial to anyone but consumers? I don't know. I don't know. That's very optimistic. I don't think we'll ever go back to the days where everyone watches traditional television because too many people are cutting the cord. And I had someone ask me earlier in my comments what cutting the cord meant. Cutting the cord means you're no longer paying for cable and broadcast TV. It means you're not watching traditional TV anymore. You just watch streaming. You just watch YouTube, a lot of people do nowadays. That's what cutting the cord means. And so many people are doing that less and less people are watching traditional TV right now. So even though streaming has its flaws and it has a lot of flaws, I just don't see it going back. I think they have to figure out a way to make it. They have to find a way to make streaming make money. And I have no idea how they're going to do it. Honestly, Hollywood really isn't a tough spot because there is no easy solution. But thank you for the super chat. Caden Holman says, the writers have been victimized for so long and finally they speak. It wouldn't surprise me if visual effects workers go on strike. It's time for writers to speak out about disgusting pay and conditions. I would love it if VFX workers went on strike, because honestly, they have also been severely abused in the industry. But here's the problem with that. The visual effects workers aren't unionized like the rest of Hollywood is. Because visual effects are so, such a recent thing, they weren't part of the union, the unionization effort of Hollywood from the golden days, basically. So visual effects workers don't have a union like actors do and everyone else. So I don't know if they can strike. Striking for visual effects workers would literally just have to mean that no one shows up to work because there's no union that would tell them they couldn't do that. But I would love if they did. You're right. They need to. And we have another super chat. Thank you so much from Shelly Lee, who is always a constant, just supporter. Thank you, Shelly. Gone on Fran D. Talk some shit, girl. Right? Honestly, this speech is very, very good. You could tell she's very passionate, too. I don't know if she's just acting or whatever, but to me, it feels genuine. We have another super chat from John Burns. Thank you so much. CEO pay is set by board of directors. Fire them all. I think that if Bob Iger thinks it's unrealistic for writers to want a living wage, I think it's totally fair for writers to then think his CEO pay is unrealistic given how badly Disney is doing. So I think it goes both ways, to be honest. And again, I do agree that the top 1% of actors also should take a pay cut, but again, that applies to a very small group. All right, let's get back to it.
And big business, who cares more about Wall Street than you and your family?
Yep.
Most of Americans don't have more than $500 in an emergency. This is a very big deal.
See,
and
they're
it
fighting
weighed
for the
heavy
little
on
people.
us. But at some point, you have to say, no, we're not going to take this anymore. You people are crazy.
Yep.
What are you doing? Why are you doing this? Privately, they all say we're the center of the wheel. Everybody else tinkers around our artistry.
Wow.
But actions.
I didn't even, oh wow. Okay, so I've watched this speech before, but I didn't even like notice that part. Holy crap. She just said that the studios called themselves the center of the wheel, meaning that the studios think that they're the center of everything and that basically everyone else should just do whatever they say. That's crazy. The studios would be nothing without the creators. What? Oh man, I think those studio executives have a reckoning coming to them. Honestly, that's shocking. That's really shocking. Writers are gonna suffer. Everyone's gonna suffer, guys. Trader Joe says, I heard people can outsource people from different countries for visuals. Is that a problem as well? Yes. Actually, a lot of studios already do that. And for animation, they outsource a lot of the work to other countries. Prince, you don't know who Fran Drescher is? She's from The Nanny. Oh, you guys should watch The Nanny. It's a good show. Yes, look up The Nanny after this, guys. She was really popular in the 90s. Again, I only know that show because they ran reruns of it on Nick at Night in the 2000s. Sammy Sam, thank you for the super chat. Where is the membership option? I am dumb. If you're on your phone, on an iPhone, I don't think that you can see the join button because Apple's 30% tax thing. So you see it on desktop. So you have to go on like an actual computer or do like the desktop version of the YouTube app to see the join button. So if any of you guys wanted to join but you don't see it, that might be why. You have to use the desktop version. But thank you for the question. Hollywood deserves this, says Animal Instinct. I kind of agree. I kind of think this reckoning was a long time coming.
Speak louder than words. And there was nothing there. It was insulting. So we came together in strength and solidarity and unity with the largest strike authorization vote in our union's history.
They had a huge
turnout. And we made the hard decision that we tell you as we stand before you today. This is major. It's really serious. And it's going to impact every single person that is in labor.
And she's talking about AI specifically.
We are fortunate enough to be in a country right now that happens to be labor friendly. And yet, we were facing opposition that was so labor unfriendly, so tone deaf to what we are saying. You cannot change the business model as much as it has changed and not expect the contract to change too.
That's a great point, because that's literally kind of what all these strikes are about, is that the entire business model of Hollywood has completely changed. If you watch my videos, you know the history of how Hollywood used to make things and make money, and how Hollywood used to make money is just not how things work anymore. Because less and less people are watching cable and broadcast TV, because less and less people are going to theaters, because no one buys DVDs anymore. It's like all of those things together is why Hollywood is at the point that it is now. The entire business model has been completely upended, and it no longer works, and it's not making anyone money. Not even really the studios anymore. So that's why I think these strikes are going to go on for a long time, because really the only outcome, the only way they can come to a conclusion is by creating a new business model for Hollywood. Like, it has to go that far, essentially, because there's no other way. All right, I have another super chat from Dee Dee. Thank you so much for the super chat. Actors explain why rich actors are on strike. It's for the people we don't like, writers. Oh, it's for the people we don't see, like writers, crew, stunt doubles, who risk their lives, etc. Some of them work many jobs to live in LA for their job. Exactly. Like Fran Drescher, she made so much money from The Nanny, like she's probably still good for life. But she's fighting for all the other actors who might want their own nanny opportunity, for the new actors, the new up-and-coming actors. She's fighting for the little guys. I know that some of these actors are very, very rich and make a lot of money, but not all of them. And I actually like that these, you know, wealthier actors care about the non-wealthy actors. I think that's nice, actually. Thank you for the super chat, DD. Pokra Joy says, nothing is a zero-sum game in art. There should be a coexisting environment. Oh, fully agree. I think art and commerce need to go together. And right now, I think it's been way too much commerce and not enough art. And I think that a lot of that is because of the studio's greed. And just how the studio system works now. You guys are saying I'm joking. Joking about what? Benjamin Maliba says, I hate what is happening to the entertainment industry these days. No one is given respect. It's really messed up. Yep. Hollywood needs to change, or it can be the end of Hollywood, to be honest. Like I said, I think the most likely outcome of all of this is decentralization of Hollywood. I think that a lot of the power go back to the creators, and even creators at home, like me. I think really we're getting to the point where you don't really need Hollywood to become famous. You don't really need Hollywood to make videos. You don't need Hollywood to, like, get your art out there. There's so many ways you can distribute your own artwork from home. You just don't really need Hollywood as much as you used to. And I think that's also what scares Hollywood, to be honest. I think that the outcome of this strike could just be more power to the creators, more power to the independent, people. I think that's where this is going. At least that's where I hope it's going. And we have a super chat from Goth Dimension 46. Just wanted to support the channel. Thank you. All right. I just want to finish the video because we're almost done.
We're not going to keep doing incremental changes on a contract that no longer honors what is happening right now with this business model that was foisted upon us. What are we doing? Moving around furniture on the Titanic?
Yes, okay. This is my favorite comment. She said, what are we doing? Moving around furniture on the Titanic. Fran Drescher just called the Hollywood industry the Titanic. That's how bad things are going. She's like literally saying like the industry is falling apart. And I have never seen any actors or anyone in the industry be like as vocal and like open about how bad the industry is doing as I'm hearing right now. For her to call Hollywood the Titanic and that they're just moving chairs on the Titanic is like, make no mistake, that is significant. That is very significant.
It's crazy. So the jig is up, AMPTP. We stand tall. You have to wake up and smell the coffee. We are labor and we stand tall and we demand respect and to be honored for our contribution. You share the wealth because you cannot exist without us. Thank you.
Yeah, I just thought that was a damn good speech. So I had to share it with you because there was a lot going on in that speech. I just broke it down for you, but yeah. Good speech, but very, very scary and very, very real. Yeah, that is a great line. That was the Titanic line was my favorite. No wonder the gays love her. Oh, we have another super chat from Anna Bear. Thank you so much for the support. Really appreciate it. Go off, Queen. Lionel Slayer says, yeah, I know. So many people are like becoming nanny stans now. It's pretty funny. But yeah. Just it's like dumpster fire out there right now. I've literally never seen the industry this bad ever. And honestly, when you think about it, it's just been a long time coming. It's been like a slowly moving car accident ever since streaming took off, pretty much. And now it's just finally all coming to a head. And if you guys want to hear more about how these strikes will actually like negatively affect the industry, like just how bad these strikes could get, I have another video here. We're not going to watch the whole thing, but this is the video I was talking about earlier where the former CEO of Fox and Paramount, he talked about why he thinks the strikes could literally lead to the collapse of the industry, like the literal collapse of the industry. So I just thought it would be interesting to listen to him for a little bit to hear his perspective, because for a former CEO of a studio to say that, that's also pretty huge. Hi, Amber. Oh, yes, 578 people here. Wow, that's incredible. Thank you so much. Again, make sure to like and subscribe. I do live streams multiple times a week now, usually around 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so make sure you're here for that. Thank you everyone for being here. Again, this is probably my biggest live stream ever, so wow, this is cool. Thank you. Um, Joshua Munn says, I'm sorry, where did this yes slay queen thing come from? That's from social media. It's just a social media thing. All right, so we're gonna listen to a little bit of this. Again, not the whole thing, but it's fascinating.
The gears of America's entertainment industry ground to a near complete halt last week when the union that represents actors, SAG-AFTRA, joined writers on the picket line. A disclosure, some CBS News staff are SAG-AFTRA members but work under a different contract.
So this isn't like just anyone talking about this.
Are not affected by this strike. But to understand who is impacted here, we are joined by Barry Diller, a former movie studio head who's currently the chairman of IAC and Expedia. Welcome back to Face the Nation.
Thank you.
Oh God, is this still sped up? No, I'm going to speed this up just a little bit.
You know, we were trying to gauge the economic impact of this, and according to the Milken Institute, it could cause $4 billion in economic damage. What do you think the impact will be, and how long will these strikes last?
Listen to this.
Well, the problem with this, look, all strikes get settled. The issue for this one is when, because you have almost a perfect storm here, which is you had
Get ready for more Big Brother, says Josh. Very true.
To watch streaming and television and killed theaters. You
okay. Just want to point out again what he just said, because I know I talked through it. He just basically said that the pandemic killed theaters. Did you hear that? Did you catch that?
Which is you had COVID, which sent people home to watch streaming and television and killed theaters.
Yeah, he literally just said that he thinks that the streaming and COVID essentially killed theaters. And he might be right, just based off of how things are going this year. But again, a former CEO of a studio saying this is major. I can't emphasize that enough.
You've had the results of huge investments in streaming, which have produced all these losses for all these companies who are now kind of retrenching. So at this moment, this kind of perfect storm, it's okay if it gets settled in the next month.
It's not.
But I'll posit what happens if it doesn't. And there doesn't seem to be enough trust and energy.
And he's about to talk about what will happen if this strike will go on for much longer than just a month, which I think it will. And how he thinks this will affect the industry is like really interesting, because it's just not a way that I had expected it or even thought of it before. So that's why I'm sharing
to get it settled soon. What will happen is, if in fact it doesn't get settled until Christmas or so, then next year there's not going to be many programs for anybody to watch. So you're going to see subscriptions get pulled, which is going to reduce the revenue of all these movie companies, television companies, the result of which is that there will be no programs. And at just the time strike is settled that you want to gear back up, there won't be enough money. So this actually...
Yep. Did you hear that? Sorry. Sorry. Oh my God. I'm a mess. Just to clarify what he just said, he said that if this strike goes on for until Christmas, which it very much is looking like it will, that not only will it stop production and there basically won't be anything coming out next year minus like a few things, but it also will mean that studios won't have enough money, so that by the time that the strikes are over, there won't even be a lot of money to like greenlight a lot of stuff. And it's going to take a long time to even get that stuff up and going. So it's going to take even longer to get to like having a steady stream of content again because of that. Like, it's just basically going to create a huge backlog of not a lot of programs coming out, and the studio's just not having a lot of money. Like, it's just all going to snowball together. Prince says, oh, Hollywood depressed Mr. Incredible meme. Oh no, again, I'm not trying to depress you guys, but I'm just being real. Yeah, movies are, I think they're definitely fighting for cultural relevancy in the 21st century, for sure. Amber S. says, I hope this means people will turn back to books. Maybe. I think it'll be books, video games, social media, really any entertainment that isn't movies and television. I think that's where this is going. In fact, I have another thing that I can show you later. But yes. Welcome to the 1900s. What does that mean, Amy? Kenny says video games industry also stepping up. Oh yeah, we're definitely going to be getting to like a point where I mean, we kind of already are. The video game industry is already bigger and makes more money than the film industry today. Like, that's already a fact. But I think what keeps video games from seeming like the mainstream thing that they are is that there's just like this perception from the mainstream media that video gaming is still just a nerd thing or for kids. I think that this strike is going to probably force the media to reckon with gaming in a way that they haven't yet. That's my prediction anyway. Colby says movies and TV will be a thing of the past. No, I don't think it'll be completely like, I don't think movies are going away forever, just to clarify. I just think that the relevancy of movies and television and Hollywood in general will decline. I think that how we used to revere Hollywood, I think that is going away. I think that, again, it's just, if you go to like young kids like Generation Alpha, they do not give a flying F about the stuff Hollywood makes. Like, they have so many other things they care about more. And again, as they get older, I just don't see that habit changing. Nagisa Furukawa, thank you for the super chat, said Eastern media could overtake Hollywood. Oh yeah, I could totally see Eastern media taking over, as I've said. I see Korean media is already doing that. I don't know if, like, Japanese media with anime is definitely going to take over. It already is, kind of. Yeah, I think this is probably the East time to really, like, boost their stuff over in the West. That's very, very true. Sheham says, Brittany, I can't believe there is going to be a Despicable 4 movie. Yeah, there is next year. Phoenix Hunter YT Jr. says, hey, Brittany, do you think that Bob Iger is a dictator? Well, he's kind of the dictator of Disney, so, in a way. Any other questions? Okay, Amy says, as a child, I always wanted to be an actor. Now I want to avoid it. That's a great point. There was actually, I don't have it here, but there was a study done recently for kids that asked them what they want to be when they grow up. And, you know, traditionally, most kids used to say, oh, I want to be an actress, or, oh, I want to, you know, be in movies, or I want to be a singer and stuff like that. Those things are still on there, but they're now, like, significantly lower on the list than they used to. Now, the number one jobs that kids these days want is to be a YouTuber, a streamer, or just like a social media influencer, basically. Like, those are now the most sought after jobs for young kids, more than being an actor. So I think if that gives you an idea of what the mindset of these kids are like, I think Hollywood is in it for a big reckoning. GM says, it's not dead, but yeah, that's kind of how I feel. Dalton Network says, do you think Eastern Entertainment will use AI? They already are. Japan apparently has already started using AI-generated images for their background art for animes. So they already are. And apparently in China is going hard on AI already. Like, I saw an article that said that they've already laid off, like, a significant portion of their labor force for video games because of AI. Like, already. So, yeah, they're definitely going to use AI. Brittany is the new Hollywood period. That's very sweet, Benjamin. Thank you. I just wanted to point that out, what this guy said about AI. If you guys want to watch the whole video, you can watch it here. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but he gives some very, very interesting insights on how, like, these strikes could literally lead to the collapse of the industry. So I just thought that was interesting. Is that the last thing? Yeah, pretty much. So that's kind of most of what I want to talk about. We've already gone over way over an hour, so I'm just going to leave it up to a Q&A for right now, for questions for a few more minutes, and then that'll be the end of the stream. Thank you for everyone who came. This has been a really fun stream. Very, very dark, though. Very, very sad. Very, very ominous. Very, very scary, but, you know, very, very real. I just want to be honest with you guys about where things are at, so you guys are updated. You guys are probably the most updated people on the state of the industry right now, so pat on the back for you guys. Any questions? Woman of Card says, people will be able to market their stuff as created by real people. I think that's going to be a future, where it's going to be like a selling feature of something. It's going to be like, oh, this was actually made by humans. Like, I can totally see that, you're right. Oh, Sarah Anna says you'd show another video and to remind you. About AI? Was it? Do you guys want to know how good AI is right now? Like AI video? Because I feel like if you guys really want to be scared, listen. Okay, I'm about to show you something. Hold on. AI video, Pika. Heidi. So, here is a video. Someone asked AI to create a movie trailer, an AI-generated movie trailer, for a movie named Heidi. They didn't give it, I don't think they gave it any description on like what the movie was about or anything, but they asked AI to make a movie trailer for a movie called Heidi. And this is what that movie trailer looks like already in 2023. Look at this, guys. Creepy as F. But it's this close to being right. This is where AI is already at, guys. Look at how creepy this is.
Deine Welt sind die Berge. Heidi, Heidi, wenn hier oben bist du zu Hause.
The chat right now. Sorry to scare you guys.
Heidi,
Yeah.
Heidi, brauchst du zum Glücklichsein.
Look at this is what it's capable of right now. Right now. Like, it's actually crazy to me. Again, think of how quickly this technology develops. A year from now, they might be able to start using this AI-generated stuff for commercials or for music videos or what they're already trying to do, which is for background actors. Like, it's pretty crazy. Creepy AF, I know, but like, it's real. So I just wanted to share that with you guys to show you like where AI video is at, so you can see just how close we are to like it's almost there, you know. Nicholas says I'm literally looking away. Am I scaring you guys? Nightmare fuel, says Unicorn. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. AI is terrifying. You're right. The stuff of nightmares. No. Oh no. I've terrified the entire chat. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. But it's where we're going. It's where we're going. Oh, wait, we have another one. What's this one? This was made with Midjourney. Oh, shoot. You guys want another one? Okay, this is the last one. All right, last one. I'm going to show you one for Harry Potter. Again, this is what's possible in 2020 freaking 3. Look at this.
Why do you want to be a student?
Who wouldn't at the Grand Hogwarts?
AI generated.
And so my life began. I was the most ordinary boy, but suddenly I found out that I am a magician. Then, by special train, I arrived at the main school of the magical world for 7 years of study.
The Grand Hogwarts School, a new film by Wes Anderson.
So, in this school I have, flying on the broom, feasts in the main hall, dancing at the Yule Ball, secret room with a huge snake, my best friends, Ron Weasley and Hermione Granger, chief bully, Draco Malfoy, the good giant in the heart, Hagrid, Grim Potions teacher, Snape, Sticky Elf, Dobby, crazy woman in pink, crazy curly woman, crazy woman in the bathroom, finally, a scary
stuff
Bob.
looks though. Like, that's clearly Ralph Fiennes as a very pink Voldemort. And this is what's possible now. This is why actors are trying to fight this stuff now, before it gets to the point where you can't even tell that it's AI generated. It's creepy stuff, guys. It's creepy.
Dude who wants to kill me.
Starring Adrian Brody, Scarlett Johansson, Owen Wilson, Tilda Swinton,
Some of these are better
Edward
than
Norton,
others.
Bill Murray, Jeff Goldblum, William Dafoe, and Ralph Fiennes. The Grand Hogwarts School, coming to theaters this summer. And
oh my god. All right, so that's the last one because I think I've terrified every single person in the chat. I'm sorry. But again, that was just to show you where we're at because that's what we're fighting. DD says, wow. Yeah, thank you for the super chat, DD. It's pretty crazy. This is literally a Black Mirror episode, Jane is okay. Camp Harry Potter, I know. That's the thing. AI won't even just generate like a straight adaptation for you. Like if you say, I want a Harry Potter movie directed by Quentin Tarantino, you could do that, and AI will generate what they think that would look like, basically. And then you can have any actor you want actually play the actors. You don't even have to have the actors that actually played them. You can have freaking Meryl Streep as Professor McGonagall or something. Like, that's where we're heading. I'm getting nightmares, says Shiam. I'm sorry. Ethereal Dragon says, I am good, more please. Okay, so Ethereal Dragon thinks this is cool. Interesting. I'm also excited to see Barbie Amy. I'm very excited. I am doing well, Data Bank. Thank you. K. Strophy says, can't these actors sue over using their likeness without consent? Honestly, I think they should start doing it. It's getting to the point where the deepfakes are so accurate. All right, I have one more video, just because you brought that up. It's very quick. Hold on. I'm gonna show you some really good deepfakes. Deepfake theater. Nicki Minaj. Tom Holland. All right. Yes. Look at this, y'all.
And then I started following.
If you guys want to see just how good these deepfakes already are with celebrities, look at this.
Right behind him like this.
This is
Nicki
Minaj
and then I
and
started
Tom
following
Holland.
right behind him like this.
And it looks just
First
like
thing I
them.
noticed was
How
this
creepy is that?
horrible sort of boiled egg smell.
That's not them, but it looks like them.
We started entering into the house to find out what that smell was. And then I saw him. And I started to scream. Ah! And he was spread out like this.
And they have a whole show where they pretend
Nikki
to
and
be other
Tom were
celebrities.
shocked to discover
just
that the
use their face.
intruder was in fact their next door neighbor.
This is the future of entertainment, guys. You're getting creepy CGI, fake Nicki Minaj and Tom Holland. Oh god. The entire chat is like, why are you showing me this? Yeah. Will French says, have you seen the behind the scene pictures for Snow White? Oh my god. Yeah, I've seen the pictures for Snow White. I feel like my opinions on that will... I don't know. Yes, I've seen it. No, I don't think it'll do well. Soggy Concha says, this is not okay. I know, it sounds crazy. It doesn't sound like them. That's very true, Josh. But it looks like them. Very, very scary. That's not Nikki, that's Roman. All right. Well, I'm going to take a few more questions and that'll be the end. This was a very long live stream, but I had to show you those videos just because you guys... I need to show you, like, the AI stuff is crazy. But yes, any questions? And then we'll end the video at around 2:30. Oh, Prince doesn't want to talk about it, just wants to ignore it. Okay. Snow White video next. Oh. If you guys want me to talk about Snow White, because I don't know. Sheham says, Brittany, Hollywood should hire you to bring them back from the dead. Honestly, I'd be in there and be like, we're changing this, we're doing this, we're doing this. Yep, they should hire me. You're right. Cheryl M says, Hollywood dying is a good thing. People don't read more. I mean, it would be nice if this led to people reading more. I just think that we have so many other options. I don't know if that's going to be like everyone's go-to. It might be some people's. I'm ending the stream at 2:30, so 6 more minutes. Yes, like and subscribe, Prince. Thank you, Prince. Very nice. Make sure to like the video. Mission Impossible review. I might talk about Mission Impossible in my live stream tomorrow. I am going to do another live stream tomorrow at 1, so be there. Mission Impossible was very good, though. I will spoil it and say, like, I thought the movie was very, very good. I enjoyed it a lot. Okay, a lot of people are saying Mission Impossible review. Maybe I should do one. I don't know. Favorite kind of pizza, says CCG. I actually am one of the crazy people who likes pineapple on pizza, so I'm gonna say Hawaiian pizza. In fact, my favorite pizza is Hawaiian deep dish pizza. So, yeah, I know it's like extra sacrilege, but that's what I like. Oh, Saad Farid is in Chicago. You guys are all over the place. Some of you are in London, some of you are in Chicago. I'm in New York. Natanya Molling says, what's a Netflix show you're mad that they got canceled? I will forever be upset that Santa Clarita Diet got canceled. That show, oh man, that show was like my show. I have never been as upset at a show getting canceled as I was with that one. If you guys haven't seen Santa Clarita Diet, it is hilarious. Oh my god, I miss that show so much. Thank you for the question. And we have another super chat. Thank you from Kat Kofer. My husband knows people who know AI. Okay, my husband knows people who know people. AI is further than public knows. Oh yeah, definitely believe that. But it is also toddler-like. AI does not know everything it can do yet. Oh, that's scary. That is like the scariest thing you could have said, Kat. What do you mean? AI doesn't know everything it can do yet. So are you saying that the AI is more powerful than it already knows? Like today it's more powerful than it knows? That's terrifying. That's terrifying. But thank you, Kat. Thank you. Yeah. This AI stuff is scary, guys. Very scary. Like, what happens when we eventually get to the future where... Because, you know, it takes several years to film stuff. Like, say you want the next season of House of the Dragon, because I love that show. But AI can generate it for you in, like, a few minutes. What happens if everyone has already seen their own version of Season 2 of House of the Dragon before the actual Season 2 of House of the Dragon drops? Like, that's the kind of future that Hollywood is facing. Like, what will happen? I don't know. I just know it'll change everything. It's kind of crazy. It is not self-aware, no. Amy says, thank you for so much depression. No, I don't mean to depress you guys. Kat Kofer, thank you for another super chat, says, yep, it learns exponentially. I did know it learns exponentially, but... So, are you saying that, like, AI is like a toddler in the fact that it is capable of being really smart, it just is too stupid and too young to know yet? And that all it needs is more time to mature to figure it out? Because all I'm asking is how much time do we have, basically? How should I be making plans? I don't know. Well, thank you for the super chat. Yes, Wicked has... Well, it hasn't been delayed yet. In fact, apparently, Wicked got shut down with only 10 days left of filming. So, depending on how long the strikes last, it's very possible that Wicked could still come out next year, since they only had 10 days left. So we'll see. Nightmares, I know. I might have nightmares, too. I'm so sorry, guys. Theta Bing says, how often do you go live? Well, I don't have a set number yet, but I'm thinking about going live once a day, maybe. I know I'm going live tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so if you want to see me then, come tomorrow. We're also probably going to talk more about the strikes and stuff. 5 years for sure. Rue, what do you mean? We only have 5 years? Huh? Y'all are scaring me now. What? CG says, or GC says, I feel like they've been preparing a long time for this. That's why we have social media. All our faces and voices are available for us now. Oh, God. This is scary. I mean, they're scraping the internet for, like, stuff to train the AI on. To the point where, I don't know if you guys knew this, but Google just updated their terms and service to include anything that you post on the internet to be publicly available data, meaning that they can just take whatever you post and use it to train AI. Apparently that's legal, because our government hasn't caught up with AI laws, so that's happening. Google's stealing all our stuff on the internet, and no one can do anything about it. Alright, it's 1:30. Alright, thank you guys. This has been a great live stream. I love talking to you guys. I will see you guys tomorrow at 1. We'll probably talk more about the strikes, because that's the big story of the week, really, or story of the year, honestly. But thank you everyone who showed up. This has been a great live stream. I'll see you tomorrow, and bye.